Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching and Pro Wrestling Logic, where you are YouTube channels and the World Class Championship Wrestling Review Series. August 17th, 1985 is your episode for today. 3 matches on tap, so I'm pretty sure as I look at my notes there was a bit of a review here because I can't imagine 3 matches filling an hour, although 6-man tag team match with the 6-man champions in your main event. So maybe they did fill an hour with 3 matches, but it does seem like they do go through periods of time where they fill a lot of people in and then they don't. Jack Victory and Mike Reed this week. Victory still getting a heavy push and well-deserved, as Victory is a talented guy. But a lot of people probably, I'm guessing, would have been jealous of the push Victory is getting here. I mean, he's getting a lot of TV time for a guy in the first couple of years of his career, which is normally not done with rookies in the early to mid-'80s. Reed, yet to really get a major push, gets a series of arm drags and the like. Works the arm, which is actually almost similar to the match that Victory had with Bond a couple of weeks ago. Mike Bond, that is. So we got Mike Bond and Mike Reed, Battle of the Mikes, and cut off by Victory. Victory is very basic with his offense, but again, in a rookie year or secondary year, that is to be expected. And Victory goes to town pretty quickly, makes Reed carry his weight and the like. We see a finish in the corner, and Victory is victorious after almost what I would say is a lost or almost botched drop kick, but a reversal by Victory. And he wins. Now you're gonna laugh, but he wins with a back elbow followed by an elbow drop. Rare win there. And then we move into Chris Adams holding a championship belt. I believe the America's Championship again, but Adams out there against a new guy, Sean Cody. Don't know anything about Sean Cody, but Adams is certainly a guy who can bring a match out of anybody, and he's willing to do so when necessary. Cody kind of not falling for the I give you my hand, you shake it routine by Adams. Cody is very outspoken with Chris Adams, jawing with him as though he knows him. I don't know if they have history in other places, but needless to say, Cody has the fans behind him early and often. Adams tries to break the match down. Very weak arm or leapfrog by Adams, and then we see the Irish Whip, missed drop kick, and basically Adams says, "I'm too smart for this. I don't belong here. I'm better than you." Pretty much is the vibe. He hits a super kick, and that is it for Mr. Cody. And then we move into what ends up being the attempt to go after the main event, but not before the referee gets tied up in the ropes, making light of the official, and sure there's going to be a fine with that. But needless to say, bit of a music video and some slow-mo shots as we see the music video along with the various stars of World Class doing their thing. Don't know what the original song was, but always liked when they did these music video deals. Obviously can't use the music now. Could get away with it in the 80s. Cannot do it now. Needless to say, your main event is an interesting 6-man tag team match. As mentioned earlier, the one-man gang, Killer Tim Brooks, and Mark Lewin against Scott Casey, Iceman Parsons, and the Kabuki. Sunshine out there to second her trio. And obviously this is not going to be your typical match. Kabuki and Gang start early, and then we go to Brooks and Kabuki. Kabuki takes more of the match. I think Kabuki probably the biggest star in the match in the area in the sense of history with world class. Iceman Parsons going heads up with Killer Brooks, who he's had issues with before. Matter of fact, Parsons, who probably is the biggest baby face in the contest, maybe in the area that isn't Von Erich really, but he spends a good bit of the match doing a lot of selling. Lloyd Brooks and the Gang. And no, that's not a band. Anyway, Mark Lewin takes Kabuki to the floor. They're brawling on the outside. Lewin known for being violent. Lewin known for being aggressive, so this makes sense. Unfortunately for Kabuki, he winds up in the wrong corner and in the bear hug clutches of a one-man gang-like creature. And we move to, the Kabuki trying to go for the mist. Doesn't get all he wants of that. Kabuki and Lewin going at it here, and Lewin tries to finish Kabuki, but runs right into a big boot. Kabuki goes for the cover, but Gang comes in and finishes it off. The match breaks down into a little bit of chaos. We see a pile driver from the Gang. I don't know that I've ever seen the one-man gang hit a pile driver. Don't know that I want to see it again because it didn't look very pretty or very comfortable if you are on the receiving end of it. Meanwhile, the rest of the match breaks down into a brawl. Other people going to the outside, continuing the fight. Gary Hart kind of creeping around and very clear that he is not impressed. The duo in this case of Lewin and one-man gang match off with Parsons, and Gang splashes him. Nowhere for Parsons to go. He's otherwise incapacitated pretty much. And what were the six-man champions continuing to go. The referee calling for the bell, and the referee not impressed with things. Bruiser Brody runs in after Hart's trio returns. Brody hits a dropkick on the one-man gang. The announcers had talked in previous weeks of the return of Brody. Brody is now a baby face and ripping and roaring quite a while. Brody usually known for being in Japan, but back here for a little while. And until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.